Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 31.
I don't know why they list these episodes like this.
They're so weird, but it's the first episode of the new season.
But guess what? We are going to do what the TV says.
Yes.
Okay, I need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. You ready to walk us through this?
I am more than ready. I'm excited.
Let's go.
Okay, so we start with Zariah, who is 32, and we have Troy, who is locked up, who is 29. So her parents are a bishop and a pastor.
Yeah.
Her mom is excited for him to come to the church, and they're talking about maybe him preaching and stuff like that.
Which is crazy to me. Which is crazy to me. He ain't no pastor.
Yeah.
He a prisoner.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were dating for 5 years, married for 3.
Yeah.
She was actually married before to a man who was incarcerated, who is the father of her child. That didn't work out. We actually found out her ex was Troy's cell neighbor in prison.
Cellmate, actually.
So her ex pointed him out to her when she went to go visit him one time. And she was like, oh, he is cute. Who is that? So we find out that he is in jail for first-degree robbery. The relationship with her child's father took a toll on her. They ended up getting a divorce because Troy didn't want to move forward with her being married.
Okay.
So Troy calls in while she's at the church with her mom.
Yeah.
And the mom is trying to get him to maybe preach when he comes out, and he just started laughing at her face. So mom says her, niceties, gets up, walks away. But Troy thinks that her parents need to let them be free-spirited. He tells his wife that they are not going to be going to church every Sunday. And she's over there talking about, yeah, we can go hiking. We can go get brunch. Like, we don't got to be up in the church.
While in the church. While her son singing the choir of the church.
Right. Troy says that he is spontaneous and women are attracted to him like magnets. He has to contact some people when he comes out just to make up for some lost time. And we also find out that Troy adopted her son while he was incarcerated. When she...
Stop right there.
Can I explain that?
Please.
She left the birth certificate blank when she had the baby. And so she figured whatever man she was going to marry, she was going to have be the father of that child. Listen
here. Bishop mom or pastor mom and bishop dad, y'all failed y'all daughter. You worried about this stranger who y'all barely know coming into your church preaching. Look at your daughter. Your daughter's a mess. Church girls are the worst, man. Okay. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, because it's not that they want to live in the world. They always speak this free-spirited language. This whole thing of like, we should have church outside and on a hike and stuff and things of that nature. First of all, let me talk with the father. The father, I think you need to do some self-examination. He came over and talked to his daughter, and then he said, I'm going to the prayer closet. I think you're going to another closet, brother, but that's a different story, right? Number 2, the mother, you worried about him preaching because you thinking like this is his way of having a relationship with God. Listen here, God ain't gonna force nobody. And why would you want him to preach? Basically telling him to get his message ready and things of that nature. When you have even heard this man preach, he don't know nothing about God. You basically just gonna throw him up there in the pulpit, and as long as it looks good aesthetically to everybody else, it doesn't matter that really this man who don't know this boy is basically his adopted father. Your whole family, clean up your house first before you start setting things up in the house of the Lord. You get what I'm saying? Because y'all house is a mess. That's all I got to say.
Well said. I don't have nothing to add. Well said. So we've got Kim, 38, Joey, who's locked up, 39.
Yeah.
So Kim grew up in a small town, but she said she was bored and busy.
Okay.
So she's been married twice. She got a couple of kids as well.
Okay.
She knew Joey from back in the day. They actually grew up, went to school together. Dad has his reservations because of Joey's history.
Okay.
So we find out that Joey has been locked up for multiple charges. Identity theft, felony larceny charges. Overall, in his life, he's done about 13 years, but his most recent stint was about 5 years.
Okay.
He actually proposed to her in a prison visit. Now, Dad, he knows Joey, and he also knows that Joey and his cousin stole a dirt bike from his house years ago.
Okay, so I have personal experience with being robbed from this criminal. Okay, word.
Exactly. So Dad walks us, the cameras, us and his daughter over to where the dirt bike was in the garage. He said the dirt bike was here. It was Joey and his cousin. I know it was him. And he was like, I couldn't go to the police because I didn't have any evidence to prove it, but I know what I know. And you know what? I believe him.
Okay.
So, well, Kim goes to have her video visit with Joey.
Yeah.
Kim says that she spent about $15,000 on Joey, plus car, clothes, shoes, all that type of stuff. And that's why she went over to her dad's house to get the car fixed up for Joey when he gets out.
Stop it right there.
Okay.
Right? Mind you, these people don't look like millionaires. Like you be surprised that when you look at these people and see how they live, you be like, where do 15K come from?
That's exactly where my mind goes.
Like where's this 15K come from? Who ain't eating?
Mm-hmm.
What lights ain't on? You get what I'm saying? What debt is being racked up because you have to basically scratch and crawl your way to $15,000 to spend it on a prisoner?
Mm-hmm.
I digress.
And on top of that, Joey has an opiate addiction.
Okay.
So he has been doing opiates for decades. He is now taking medications so that way he can stay off of opiates. So while he's in the prison, he is clean, and hopes are that he remains clean when he gets out.
Now, here's the thing about it. When you're in prison, you belong to the state,
Mm-hmm.
meaning the state take care of you, meaning he don't got to worry about health care, meaning he ain't got to worry about getting his medication. Now, how he'll get his medication outside?
Yeah.
Because now he's gonna belong to himself as a free man.
Mm-hmm.
Is hopefully she got a job and be able to basically put him on her insurance to where he can continue to get the medication to keep him off of drugs. It's sad that he need drugs to stay off of drugs.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because now it's to the point to where, oh, I'm used to the state giving me my medicine. Now that I'm out of jail, when he does get out of there, it's actually easier for me to get opioids.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's why I'm like what she's invested in just seems like I don't want to say lost cause, but it's just like you're throwing money away and you're throwing your time away.
Yeah. So they plan on getting married 6 months after Joey gets out. The reason why it's 6 months is because she's still married. So she's hoping that her divorce will be finalized in 3 months, and then they got some wiggle room to when they can go ahead and get their marriage done. I'm just like, why are you putting yourself in this time crunch? Why? Just everything. Why are you marrying this man who's been in and out of jail, who is on or has a history of drug use that didn't stop on his own? He stopped because he went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, I don't even know if he wants to be off of drugs.
And he's on drugs to stay off of drugs.
Right.
So we don't even know what he can do on his own.
So this is a heaping piling, you know what? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now to our faves.
That ain't my fave.
Shante 35 and True 31.
Don't speak that juju over me. That ain't my fave.
She feels that she has put too much into the relationship for it to not work out. At this point, it has to. She and True have been engaged for 1 year and 9 months, but she has never seen him in prison, never met him in person.
Stop
period.
right there. What do you mean you put too much in the relationship, but yet you never seen or met your fiance?
Mm-hmm.
Not boyfriend, not friend, but your fiance. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like now it's to the point where we gotta look at her like something's wrong with you. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, if y'all remember from Love During Lockup, she moved from where she was living to be in a state where True could be released to her house.
Yeah.
And also was trying to manage the mortgage of her other place because she couldn't get it sold fast enough. So her money was already like split down to hairs. Now, another thing that we also know is we don't really know where True is going once he gets released. The mom thinks he's going to their house. She thinks he's coming to her house. And that's the whole reason she moved out there and is paying 2 mortgages. So yeah.
No, it makes no sense. Why move out there and still haven't gone up there to see him?
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
That makes
that
no
on
sense.
top of it all. Yes.
That's a little dumb in my opinion, but continue.
So True thinks that she hasn't come up there because she's worried he might not like her in person.
Okay.
True says that he has talked to over 60 women since he's been in jail, but he stopped talking to a lot of women since being with Shante. And I'm just like, I don't want to be nitpicky, but I feel like you got to be nitpicky with some people. What you mean you stopped talking to a lot of women? You mean all the women? You stopped talking to all the women? That's what I want to hear.
And talking it means different. Like I think he got a lot of pen pal people and things like that, but I don't think he had a relationship with 60 people. Especially since he's into white women. He's not into black women and things like that. Especially since his own family's telling him like you're not really the type of women that he'd go for. Yeah. So I think there's a difference between 60 women that he been talking to, pen paling maybe, compared to like 60 of them that he like been with. Shante just gotta, out of all the one, why Shante? Why you gotta be the one that gotta like bite the bait? and get caught up in all this mess.
My thing is, when it comes to Shante, if she finds out he's talking to any other women, that doesn't matter if he been with them or not. She did all this stuff, spending all this money on this man for him to be fool all on and entertaining folks.
But at the end of the day, guess what? If they are, I'm not even trying to big up the 60 women. I know out of those 60, one of them came up to the prison to see him. Mm-hmm. I hope one of them did. Now the one that I'm engaged to haven't even seen me.
Well, I don't think that matters as long as the check in.
Okay.
So she gets to the jail. It's pickup day. Mm-hmm. True's sister and the sister's kids are there as well. They've got balloons. They got a sign for him. And Dion, the son, says that he's excited but a little bit nervous. Yeah. And he's asking, so where he going to stay at? And the sister's like, you need to relax. Don't be asking all these questions. Mm-hmm. We don't even know. And then I think at one point he also asked, well, what did he do to get in jail? Mm-hmm. She's like, don't you worry about that.
You asking me questions, man. No, he's asking the right questions.
He's asking the right questions, okay? So Latisha is 37.
Hello.
Keith is 36.
Okay.
So she is an accountant and she is married to Keith.
Okay.
A new law was passed, which means that he could be coming home any day now. She met Keith through a mutual friend. Mm-hmm. And the friend sent their pictures to the prison, and that's how she and Keith ended up getting hooked up.
Okay.
So they've been together for 4 years, married for 2. Keith went to prison for drug distribution. Mm-hmm. He's been incarcerated for over 10 years, and he proposed over the phone.
Okay.
So she is super happy, excited. We see when she goes to work, when she gets the news that the new law passed, he could come home any day now. She runs to her employees' offices and is super excited. And she is just ready to get her husband home and get down, get busy, get nasty with him. Mm-hmm. She's talking about possibly getting pregnant in the parking lot.
Nasty.
So already between the both of them, they have a family of seven between the both of them. Mm-hmm. And they also want kids together. So she thinks that her youngest daughter will be excited, but the oldest, she doesn't know where her head is going to be at. Mm-hmm. Just because she's more reserved, she doesn't really communicate that much. So she's going to try to talk to her.
Okay.
So moving on, we've got Hope 27, Arthur 29. Hope is a trucker.
Nice.
And Arthur will be home tomorrow morning. She met Arthur 6 years ago when he was locked up for stealing a car and evading arrest. They met through one of her friends whose boyfriend was locked up with him. Mm-hmm. He plans to marry her.
They all say that.
Hope is actually late to the release. So she woke up throwing up. She's super nervous about everything. She knows that he's still a stranger, and they've really only spent 2 months in the free world together.
True.
That's when he was released the last time, was living in a halfway house. So it's really just like an hour a day that they got to spend together.
Okay.
Well, Arthur's mom, she flew in, I think they said like Nevada or like Vegas or something like that. Mm-hmm. And she's been there waiting for 2.5 hours, but they will not release her son to her because Hope is the person who's listed to be released to.
Exactly.
So they're all waiting around for Hope to get there.
Listen here, don't be throwing up when you're like an hour or 2 late to my release. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm trying to leave. Get yourself together and pick me up, please. Let's keep going. So
back to Zariah and Troy. Her sister is living with her. So she's ready for her hotel night with Troy. They've discussed if the D would be too small, then he might go ahead and get an enlargement.
If we all could, brother, if it was just that easy, right?
So Troy is actually hoping that his sister is moved out by the time he gets home. He wants to be able to get to know his wife and his son, and just not have like extra people around. Yeah. The sister isn't comfortable with him living there. She talks about, I guess I can't wear my booty shorts and just be comfortable and do whatever I want to do. And Zariah is like, girl, you can do whatever you want. This is your house too. And I'm like, don't say that.
No.
Don't say that.
No, listen here. The same way you get them is the same way you lose them. The same way you get them is the same way you lose them. Let's keep going.
But Zariah, she shows her sister all the gifts that she got him. She got him some jewelry and a bouquet of flowers. I mean, a bouquet of money.
Yeah, I'm about to say, not flowers.
She actually started an organization for people to reacclimate to work and life after incarceration. Yeah. So she has a job for him for when he gets out.
Nice.
She has spent at least $50,000 on this man, but she is the type of person who believes she attracts money.
Oh, okay.
Sister says she wouldn't be doing all that for her man, and her man is here out in the free world.
Wow.
I'm also kind of wondering why the sister not staying with her man. Never mind, that's a whole different story.
I'm about to say, she ain't on the show. You know what I mean?
So Zariah gives us her big, what is it, the big Joker card or whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she says that Troy's name is tatted on her side in big red letters.
That joint looks ugly as I don't know what.
So she said this thing is going to last.
This thing is ugly as I don't know what.
Oh, man.
Should have tattooed a dummy on the side of your rib cage, but it is what it is.
Well, I want to give my thoughts about him coming to move in with them. I don't believe that's a good idea, honestly.
Why?
Well, they don't know each other.
Where else is he gonna go?
Halfway house. They can't like get to know each other more. But the thing is, they are married.
They are married,
so
man.
it makes sense for him to come home, but.
There's nothing to say about this. Like you.
I just don't feel good about it. It just doesn't feel good.
Tell me
to me.
Tell me, based on everything you read, what do you feel good about?
Nothing.
Okay.
So I guess we can move on.
Exactly. I'm about to say.
So we're back to Kim and Joey.
Mm-hmm.
So the friend is asking if Joey is going to pay her back for the car.
Yeah.
The friend was there babysitting the kids and all that type of stuff, and she seemed like she got some sense. Kim says, yeah, one day he'll pay me back, I guess. Like, I ain't think about that. So Jennifer, who is the friend, knows Joey from back in the day too. They all went to school together, and she does not think this relationship is a good idea. Jennifer thinks that there's a 40% chance of it working out.
That high?
She that we've got Kim putting her kids to bed, and she's got Joey on the phone telling the kids the bedtime story from jail. She says that her kids don't get to see their dad, and she hopes that Joey is ready to be a full-time parent when he comes out.
And that's the crazy part. I'm in jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now when I come out of there, I'm basically have to be a full-time parent to your mess.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, like, this is what they signed up for. This is what they signed up for. This is the mess of the show. This show is just called Mess. That's basically what it is, of how people actually become complicit in their own mess. It's craziness.
But what also gets me too is, how do you know you want to marry this person if you haven't even seen how they interact with your kids? Like, I'm just like,
they don't care about their kids.
That's wild to me.
They don't care about their kids because look at what they put in. Look at the environment they put their kids with. They put their kids with a stranger. So they don't care about their kids. They care about themselves and only themselves.
So back to Shante and True. True comes out. He hugs and kisses Shante. He asks if he smells like jail, and she's like, yeah, pretty much. But he tells her that she smells good. He hugs his sister, niece, and nephew. We found out more about him, that he grew up in Chicago.
Yeah.
His dad wasn't around, so he spent a lot of his youth looking up to and following behind the wrong men.
Yeah.
He doesn't like authority, and he used to get a thrill out of robbing people. He actually said he likes to rob people, and it gives him a thrill, but he's like used to actually.
Okay. No. You already told on yourself, brother.
So he's been in and out of prison since he was 13 years old. The last time he robbed somebody, he was actually robbing a bank. And the getaway car wasn't where it was supposed to be, so he got caught and got 15 years.
Wow.
He's happy to be out. He's happy to be touching a woman. And he is ready to go to the casino, drink some wine, and just have a good time.
What is your thoughts about their first interactions, of her seeing him for the first time?
I actually thought it went better than I expected. She seemed so fearful of him coming out and like just not being into her.
Yeah.
But he seemed just fine. Like he seemed fine. But at the same time, I did notice that he was talking about, it's nice to be around a woman, to be touching a woman, and not like my lady, Shante. I love this girl. You know what I'm saying? It's just like he finally got, some TNA in the vicinity is what it sounded like.
And that's what I was going to say. I think with him, it's just about anybody who got breasts in any shape. I don't care what it is. You get what I'm saying? So with Shante, I think I don't want to say standoffish, but like you said, so many things that she could have taken care of by going up there to visit him, she's now experiencing it all at one time. You get what I'm saying?
So we move on to Hope. So she gets to the site where she's supposed to pick him up, and the mom is there, Arthur's mom, and mom asks why she took all day to get here. And Hope says that she wanted to get cute, and the mom is looking her up and down like, this?
Yeah, that's it.
And she was like, you could have went up to the place if you wanted to. And mom was like, they can only release him to you, girl. So Hope tells the mom, look, I've been supporting him. I've been having his back. And mom tells her, look, just because I don't live around here doesn't mean I haven't been supporting him. She's like, I've been doing my part as well. So the first time Arthur was incarcerated, Well, the thing is, the mom said something along the lines of basically you need to make sure that you're being faithful or whatever you need to be doing.
Yeah.
When it comes to Arthur. So first time Arthur was incarcerated, they had an agreement to where she would get her needs met. And after a while, it made Arthur uncomfortable. So they decided that she would no longer do that. But she continued to, and she was cheating on Arthur.
Lady of the night.
Arthur apparently saw a video with her with another dude. And that was an issue for them.
Yeah.
So the mom, her goal is to get her son to Vegas with the family. And of course, Hope is saying that she wants him to be with her, but ultimately it's up to him.
Who do you think he's better off being with?
I think that he is better off being with his mom, but also I think that Hope might be pregnant.
Ooh.
Now that would be something.
Throwing up in the morning.
That would be something.
And Arthur in jail. A little lady of the night. We'll see.
So Leticia and Keith. So Marsha is Keith's aunt, and she is there watching the kids. Leticia built a relationship with Marsha, and she always comes over to help out with the kids.
Yeah.
Her oldest daughter doesn't really know Keith and feels like he is a stranger, which he is a stranger.
No, he is a stranger.
So he calls while she's sitting down talking to her daughters. The younger is super excited to play basketball with him and for him to help build her dollhouse.
Yeah.
Zariah, the oldest, wants him to get his own place so they have a chance to really get to know him. But the youngest, she's over there crying, like, after they get off the phone, because she really wants her dad to come home. And True. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, I know like families come in all different ways, but I'm just like, Latisha, like, you really got this little girl believing that's her dad. And I'm like, it just, that's another thing. It just doesn't sit right with me. That's not her daddy. Like, maybe you could say like that's her stepfather, but like she's crying for this man like that's her father.
Yes.
Like,
again, I asked you the question. Up to this point, what feels good?
Nothing.
Okay, so I don't know why we harping on this when there's so much evidence that we have. Throughout this episode, I haven't seen a good thing yet.
Yeah.
Not one good thing. We started the episode in the church. Where I grew up in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this feels bad.
Yeah.
Everything about this just feels crazy. The parents want the prisoner to preach. We don't know what he is, what he knows and things of that nature. The daughter's not really into church, and she straight got the prisoner to adopt her real son. It's a whole bunch of stuff. You get what I'm saying? So
Zariah tells her mom that she is not excited.
Okay.
Moving on to Zariah, she's going to see her psychic.
Oh, no. Just in case you don't know, if you believe in God and things of that nature, you can't play both sides of the field. So this already lets me know what she's into.
And she tells us. She says she believes in energy, astrology, crystals, and auras.
And yet her parents are bishops and pastors. Craziness.
Now, the psychic says that the psychic's pulling different cards.
Yeah.
And is saying that there's going to be drama when he comes out. She thinks the drama will be with other women. So apparently, the baby mother is still in love with him. And Zariah says that the baby mom thinks that they will eventually be together. Okay. So Zariah asks the psychic, so do your cards say that it's going to work out with us? And the psychic says, no, actually, it's saying hell no.
Oh.
I'm like, I could have told you that.
I'll tell you this right now. If I go pay to see a psychic, you better tell me everything I want to hear. I just pay for you to tell me things I want to hear. That's the main reason why I want to know the future. You get what I'm saying?
So back to Kim and Joey. Joey's mom comes over.
Yeah.
So his mom, Tammy, is going to watch the kids while she goes to pick them up. Then they're going to have some time to spend in a cabin just to be with each other. Tammy was actually there for her when she was going through a lot in her previous marriage. She and Tammy went to the same church, and Tammy was just very there, like comforting for her and stuff like that. Okay. So she has a lot of love and respect for Tammy. Joey calls her and says that he got a message from a girl named Ashley. This is while she's driving on her way to pick him up. And the message from Ashley said that his future wife was messing with her ex-husband and hugged up with some light-skinned dude around town.
It's always the light-skinned dude.
And he asked her if she is messing with somebody, and we are left on a cliffhanger.
What do you think the answer is?
I think she has.
Of course she has.
I think she has. I think she's been enjoying her time.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the only thing that makes sense. Listen, it's always a light-skinned dude. Y'all saw that Megan Good and Michael Ealy video where he came over there and hugged her, and Jonathan Majors acting like he looking for his chapstick. Your list ain't chappy, boy. You get what I'm saying? Listen, so far this season may be the messiest season. I thought Love during Lockup was a mess with our girl Ayana or something like that.
Yeah.
With her clapping her booty cheeks in her mama's bathroom. They are in competition with each other.
Yes.
Everybody literally have a story that there's no happy ending at the end.
Yeah.
Literally, not one person. Not one person. I was hoping. Usually in other seasons, they usually give someone that kind of changed their ways. The family don't believe in them, but they kind of like got to prove it. I don't see hope for any couple.
Yeah.
For any of them. But hey, I'm here for it though.
Yeah, well, this is about to be a roller coaster ride, and I already got my hands up.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment. We will see y'all next week with the next video. Y'all be good.
Bye.